Hey guys! So you may have seen some videos talking about why there are more girl booktubers than guys. The conversation was started by Jeremy of Matham Books and he invited people to join. So I'm making a video because I've got some things to say, just more that can fit in one 400 character comment on a YouTube video. I've been rewriting and rewriting what I want to say based on how this issue has progressed, and I think I've finally come to a good point. In Jeremy's video, he provides 5 reasons why he thinks girls booktube more than guys. 4 of the reasons that he provides are very generalizing and perpetuate gender stereotypes that have existed for years and years and years. He is very open that he knows they are generalizations and that it doesn't apply to everyone and that there are exceptions. But for the most part, I still disagree. So here's what I do agree with from his original video. The second reason that he talked about is the kind of books that are popular, YA, or more specifically, girly YA books. This point I can see a lot of wisdom in, but I think it has more to do with how books are marketed than how they are written. They put girls in pretty dresses on the cover or have cute and light titles. Take The Selection and Shatter Me. Both have girls in prom dresses on the cover. Now, I'm not dissing those books or their authors or anyone who likes those books, but they are aimed towards girls and less boys are likely to read them because of that. But then you have great books like The Fault in Our Stars, which has a girl protagonist and a romance with a very handsome boy, and she even wears a dress at one point in the book. But neither the title or the cover reveal anything about that. There are books like Lola and the Boy Next Door and Anna and the French Kiss. I've heard great things about those books and look forward to reading them both, but the titles are aimed towards girls. Now imagine if the cover of The Fault in Our Stars was Hazel in the dress she wore to dinner in Amsterdam, and the title was Hazel and the Boy with One Leg. Most likely, so many less guys would have read that book. And with less guys reading, there are less guys making videos about reading. So I totally agree with Jeremy there. Basically, his other 4 reasons are that girls like to talk a lot and are social, girls like to show off what they like and are into, girls like to decorate their rooms, curl up with a good book, turn on the camera and start talking, and that girls are more indoors and less active while boys are riding bikes and skateboarding and playing violent video games. Again, Jeremy says that he is being quite general and knows that there are exceptions. But I think that's the problem with generalizing and going along with stereotypes when you're trying to figure out a very specific and real issue. The fact that there are more girl booktubers than guy booktubers is pretty specific and deals with a lot of very real girls who are all very lovely, I'm sure, but who are all very different. And it's not fair to them to make such broad generalizations, especially in such a relatively small, specific community. Many reasons and factors bring people to YouTube, and many reasons and factors keep people away. These stereotypes, which people think are true for the most part, have affected the way we live and the way we perceive other people. They even change the way we act, they change who we are, because we think we should be a certain way. Or else we're not being women enough, or we're not being man enough. They're so deep-rooted into our brains that we think they're true. It starts at birth. Pink for girls, blue for boys, right? You might be surprised, but it hasn't always been that way. It used to be pink for boys and blue for girls, and boys used to wear dresses. But these days, such a clear line has been drawn between what a girl should be and what a boy should be. All you need to do to see this is just walk down the toy aisle at a store. Count how many pink toys there are with sparkles and how many blue toys there are with flames on them. Ideas and attitudes about this are changing, which I love to see, but it's still a big problem. Bigger than a lot of us even realize. Anyways, back to the main topic. The one thing I disagree with most about Jeremy's video is his reason that girls are talkative and good at being social. I might seem like I'm talkative, but that's because I edit out all the mess-ups and and forgetting what I mean to say, and I edit it to make it flow and seem very fluent. But I'm a very awkward person. I am a quiet person. I am not here because I like to talk a lot. Let me tell you, making videos is not a social thing. You are alone in your room talking to a camera. You can say a line 5 times before you get it right, or delete the video altogether if you want to. We can take time to think out a reply on a comment, or not say anything back at all. We have that choice on the internet. Booktubing and YouTube in general is a very introverted way of being social. So many YouTubers I watch have admitted that they are very awkward socially and are very quiet and shy or have social anxiety. I have social anxiety. I'm on YouTube because I'm not a social person. And I know it's the same for a lot of girls and a lot of guys too. The social aspect is not a girl thing. Girls are not making booktubing videos because they like to talk a lot. They are making booktube videos because they like to have conversation about the things they like. Talking a lot and having meaningful conversation might seem like two very similar things, but really they are quite different. Even if girls are, on the whole, genetically wired to talk more than boys, having conversation is a gender-neutral thing. Ultimately, I don't believe in boy things versus girl things. I just believe in people things. Reading isn't a girl thing, playing video games isn't a boy thing. It's okay to be exactly who you want to be. And if you're a guy who wants to read and make videos about reading, then just do it already. We'd love to have you in our community. There are differences in how males and females are genetically made. It's not just our bodies and reproductive organs. Women and men have different hormones and react differently to different things and have different innate instincts like the maternal instinct, which aren't even true in some cases. But the differences that Jeremy is talking about, talkativeness, being into fashion, not playing video games, I don't think are differences that we are born with. Those differences are made by nurture and culture and not nature. There are differences that should be celebrated, but not ones as superficial as whether or not girls like violent video games and whether or not boys are into fashion. Those I see as differences between different people that should be celebrated irrespective of their identified gender. And they do make this world the great, varied, and eclectic one that we have. But those differences shouldn't be separated into girl versus boy. Now, I just want to make sure you know that this is absolutely not an attack on Jeremy. I apologize if it came out that way, but I think Jeremy had good intentions about making his video, and I think it's awesome that he's trying to figure out why there is this difference in genders in the first place. He's a really nice guy with a great taste in books, and I know he meant no harm in making his video. I know he wasn't meaning to be sexist, but the society that we have been raised up in has made people of all sorts of genders sexist without us even realizing it. So it's really more that the stereotypes exist in the first place rather than Jeremy using those stereotypes to vaguely define the reasons why girls are in booktubia more than guys. In the end, I think it has a lot to do with the kind of books that are popular and how those books are marketed because of stereotypes that have been pounded into our brains since birth. And claiming those stereotypes themselves as reasons why girls booktube more than guys is doing a great disservice to those girls who are here for intellectual conversation, who are not talkative, who love sports, who play video games, who don't care about decorating, and so on. And again, I know he didn't mean it this way, but it just felt as if the main reasons why we're here have nothing to do with our actual ideas and deep thoughts and desire to connect with people through something that is so educational. Jeremy's reasons, though not intended this way, come off to me as just more demeaning than celebrating. And again, it's the stereotypes and society that I blame, not Jeremy himself or the people who agree with him. But can you see what I mean? So let's think about people more complexly, and let's think about this issue complexly, rather than listing generalizations and stereotypes that many of us have been raised to believe as truths. Elizzy Books made a really great response video about all of this that you should go watch if you haven't. I'll put a link below. I know this is kind of two feminist videos in a short period of time, not actually talking about books, but they're videos that needed to be made. And I really appreciate you listening, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.